Welcome everyone inside Tornado Stadium for tonight's non-district matchup between your Muleshoe Mules and the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes. I'm Elliott Davis, the voice of the Mules, coming to you under the Friday Night Lights with Gil Lamb Advertising Channel 6 Muleshoe. Muleshoe fell to Littlefield last week, 28-7 in a home opener, or not home, it was a away opener that they had. Traveling again out here to Lamesa. Lamesa losing their season opener also 44-28 to San Angelo Lakeview. Lamesa was 4-6 overall in the 2021 season, 1-4 in district action. And last year, the Mules were 6-6 on the 2021 season. They finished second in district, 3-1, beat Brownfield in by-district, and ended the season to Jim Ned in the area round of playoffs. In 2021, the Mules played at Lamesa on September 3rd, the second game of the season, and lost a close one, 24-20. Now here's your 2022 Muleshoe Mules roster. Number 0, Davian McMullen, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. Number 1, Irvin Torres, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 2, Judas Reyes, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 3, Bones Cincineros, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 4, Ryan Dominguez, quarterback, defensive back, sophomore. Number 5, Nathan Martins, quarterback, defensive back, sophomore. Number 7, Sebastian Curvin, quarterback, linebacker, junior. Number 8, Justin Dyke, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 11, Yahir Quezada, wide receiver, defensive back, sophomore. 13, Kazak Herrera, wide receiver, defensive line, junior. Number 18, Anthony No, running back, defensive back, senior. 20, Ryan Clifton, wide receiver, defensive line, senior. 21, Daniel Sines, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. 22, Noah Cantu, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. 24, Uriel Vasquez, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. 30, Isaiah Espinoza, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. 33, Tate Shipman, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. 44, Jaxer Lopez, running back, defensive line, junior. 51, Jonathan Salinas, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 52, Peyton Hart, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 54, Davian Ragsdale, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 55, Ezekiel Hinos, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 60, Raymond Cortez, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 63, Osmar Rodriguez, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 64, Ivan Mora, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. 66, Eric Vasquez, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 67, Aaron Morales, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 74, Lee Tosh, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 75, Camilo Espinoza, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 76, Isaac Villa, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 78, Nick Reyes, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 81, Ramsey Martinez, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. Your athletic director and head football coach is Jason Richards. The associate head football is Aaron Simon. Aaron Simon. Offensive coordinator, Chris Mosier. Defensive line coordinator, Daryl Davis. Special teams coordinator, Stephen Butler. Assistant coaches are Jackson Lee, AJ Villanueva, David Stervidant, Austin Ross, Brant Davis, Hector Lopez, Gentry Doolittle. Your superintendent is Dr. R.L. Richards, and the high school principal is Cindy Basir. Here's your 2022 Lamesa Golden Tornado lineup. Number 2, Robert Dimas. 3, Diego Vidure. 6. Caleb Ramos. 7. Pedro Barrios. 10. Adam Garcia. 11. Luke Martinez. 12. Richard Dimas. 13. Sawyer Brown. 15. Hector Zamora. Number 20. Elijah Maladondo. 22. Chris Vargas. 24. Keaton Bolton. 25. Dravian Cavados. 32. Joel Estrada. 33. Aiden Barrios. 45. JJ Morales. 55. Lucas Guzman. 51. Evan Cepeda. 54. Daniel Cifuentes. 65. David Renteria. 66. Noah Garcia. 67. Jonathan Iglesias. 70. Tristan Maxwell. 71. Aiden Merdejado. 74. Sean Zapata. 75. Jason Gamez. 77. Hilario Ortiz. 87. Victor Burillo. 88. Cove Rodriguez. 99. Avant Ingram. The head coach for the Golden Tours is Joseph Hood, and the superintendent is Jim Knight. We'll be right back for kickoff. It is a nice September game that we have looking forward to. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe Gillam Advertising. Welcome to our opening kickoff. Sean Zapata kicking it away for Lamesa. Back to receive is going to be Daniel Saenz. And the kick is going to be up. It's going to be in the air. Daniel Saenz is going to take it. And he has some blockers out in front of him. Puts a shoulder down up to about the 35-yard line. Is where Muleshoe will set up shot.
Kickoff held at number 21. Daniel Saenz up to the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for the Mules.
Muleshoe's offense against Littlefield sputtering. Lots of turnovers. I think there's a total of 8 turnovers that game. Sebastian Curvin and company now rolling out to the field. And here we keep to see the Muleshoe offense. At quarterback sends number 3 Bone Cincinnati in motion. That's going to be pitched out to Bone Cincinnati. He has some blockers. Quite not a first down. It'll be a gain of about 9 yards. Makes it 2nd and 1 for the Mules.
Run by number 21, Daniel Saenz, by number 33.
Sebastian Company looking off to the side. Daniel Saenz to his right. Bottom of your screen is 81 Ramsey Martinez, Bone Cincinnati. Top of your screen is going to be Irvin Torres, and I quite cannot get the other receiver. Judas Reyes is the receiver, number 2. I'm going to say it's going to be false start penalty on Muleshoe. If you look closely, the defensive player never broke the plane. Muleshoe ended up jumping, makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Mules. Watch the trips down to your bottom. Irvin Torres, the lone receiver up high. That's going to go out to Ramsey. Ramsey's going to take it, make 1 man miss, 2 man miss. Ball's out. And it looks like number 2. That's going to be Robert Dimas for Lamesa, who recovers it. Ramsey Martinez. And he had the ball, went up, made a man miss, made another man miss, and just kind of swung that ball around. And that's kind of what happens whenever you have a lot of the opponents in your face right there, slapping the ball out of Ramsey Martinez's hands, forces the turnover. 1st and 10 for Lamesa. It's going to be Barrios. Hands it off to number 24. He's going to be met. Gain of a few on the play. It's going to be Keaton Bolton on the carry. That turnover happened in about 10 minutes and 40 seconds. We are now running 0-0, so our score in the first quarter, 10:30 and counting. Lamesa comes out. It's going to be a 2-back set. The other back is Luke Martinez to the left of Barrios. Barrios hands off. No, it's going to be a play action, and he's going to go deep. That ball is way high up in the air, and that is out of bounds. Boy, Ramsey Martinez got up there, and if you remember last game, he had a really good catch, really athletic kid, kept both feet in bounds on that play last week against Littlefield, kind of just outside of that area, lands way out of bounds. But good effort by the linebacker, Ramsey Martinez. Pedro Barrios, quarterback, Keaton Bolton to his left. Barrios rolling out to his left. He's in trouble, needs to get rid of it, and does so. Forces a 4th down and about 6 for the Golden Tours, and the punt unit's going to come out. I think that's number 1. Irvin Torres back to receive for the Mules, kicking it away. That's going to be a high snap. That's going to be number 11, Luke Martinez. Irvin Torres is going to take it. He's going to go right outside. Good block by Ramsey Martinez. They're going to say that they're going to throw some flags out there. They're going to say that that's going to come back for a block in the back. And I thought that was actually a pretty clean block by Ramsey Martinez. He caught the Golden Tour at the side instead of the back. It really comes down to which side the helmet's on whenever the officiating crew would throw a flag in that instance, and I thought that was pretty textbook blocking. The officiating crew thinks otherwise. They'll make it 1st and 10 from Muleshoe, and we'll see where they officially spot the ball. It should be right at around the 10-yard line. It's going to be a spot of the foul penalty. That's going to move Muleshoe inside the 5. I think they're going to make it right, and now they're going to put him right at the 6. So Sebastian Curvin and company comes out looking to kind of erase the turnover. Turnover's been the story of the season so far. That's 9 on the season now for the Muleshoe offense. 33 in motion. It's going to be Tate Shipman now going to the wing. Handoff. That's going to be Daniel Sines. And oh my goodness, that was number 74. That's Sean Zapata blowing up the offensive lineman of Muleshoe, getting in the backfield fast, and that's going to bring a 2nd and about 13 for the Muleshoe Mules. And that was just an explosive play by the defensive lineman of the Golden Tours. 2nd down, Tate Shipman in motion again. Handoff, Daniel Sines. Oh, it's going to be a pass, and that's going to be intercepted, thrown right at Robert Dimas of Lamesa. Intended receiver was Irvin Torres coming on the slant route, and that was thrown way behind him. Some miscommunication on the line, and I think Sebastian was looking for Irvin Torres fast, and Irvin just kept running. That'll be the 2nd turnover of the game, which puts Lamesa knocking on the door, 1st and goal. And I think right here is where you're going to see number 24, Keaton Bolton, really kind of rush attack. He did that last year. Really strong and balanced runner, and they're going to hand it off to him again, and there he is, wrapped up. It's going to be a herd of mules getting in on the tackle. Looks like Noah Cantu in on the tackle to initiate, and 2 other mules coming along. Really good job by the defensive line of Muleshoe plugging the holes. You know, Lamesa offense blocking down. The linebacker steps up, takes his read, doesn't overstep his objective. He sits there, waits for Keaton Bolton to come up. Really good textbook tackle and read. Brings up 2nd down and flag on the play. It's going to be a penalty on Lamesa. It's going to draw him back even more. It's going to be 2nd down and long, or really 2nd down and goal. Ball at the 14 now. They're going to place at the 13. I'm sorry. In between the 13 and 14, we'll call it the 13-yard line. Hector Zamora at quarterback. Sends 11 in motion, and that's going to be a false start on Lamesa. Another 5 yards will make it 2nd and goal from the 18 now for the Golden Tours. And for your Muleshoe, this is where you got to really concentrate on your keys. You really got to concentrate on the backfield. Your linebacker safety needs to keep their eyes up and open to the play action pass. 25 coming in now. That's Draven Cavalos. Four wide receiver set. And number 15, Zamora is going to roll to his right. And there he goes. That's what you need to look out for. And that ball is caught. That's number 12, Richard Dement. Touchdown, Lamesa. Double coverage. That's just really good athleticism by Richard Dement of Lamesa for the touchdown. With 7:50 left in the first quarter, 0-6 is our score in favor of the Golden Tours. And that's going to be a 2-point conversion. Good little lateral, little pass in. Makes the score 8-0 in favor of the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes. We'll be right back with your kickoff. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Big touchdown. That was Richard Dement of Lamesa, the 5'9". Wide receiver went up there, caught it, kicking it away. It's going to be J.J. Morales. And that's going to be high into Daniel Signs. Signs is going to take it, has some really good blocks out in front of him, finds a seam, and is dropped right past the 30 at about the 34-yard line. So the two series that the Muleshoe Mules had both resulted in turnovers. One a fumble, one an interception. 4 total plays of offense so far for Muleshoe. 8-0 is our score in the first quarter. 7:33 left in the first quarter. Might I add? Take Shipman in motion. Signs. Handoff. Curvin handoff to Signs, and Daniel's just going to put his head down, go up the middle, get a few on the play, gain of 5. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Mules. Curvin and company looking off to Coach. Coach giving directions. Got 2 wide receivers low, 2 up high. And another handoff to Daniel Signs, and that was read by Lamesa very fast. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. 3rd down and long for the Mules. Clock running, 6:40 and counting. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time to kind of read the defense. Defense is stacking the box. Safeties are pushed up. That pass is going to go out to Irvin Torres, and that's going to be about shy a yard. It's going to be about 4th and 1 for the Mules. Uriel Vasquez in, Daniel Signs out on the swapper Rooney that they were doing. It's going to be a keeper by Sebastian Curvin, who's going to lean forward. First down, Mules. Boy, that was a really good decision. The edge rusher for Lamesa stepped a little bit too far, gave Sebastian Curvin just a big enough opening to find the seam and get the 1 yard that he needed, and he got a little bit more. First and 10 at the 47-yard line. Handoff, that's going to go to Vasquez, and he's going to be met 2 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 on the play. Make it second down and 12 for the Mules. And here comes the sub. It's going to be Daniel signs in for Uriel Vasquez. 4:30 and counting on the game clock. 0-8 is your score. And that ball was almost picked off. Sebastian Curvin in trouble from the edge rusher. That was number 54, Daniel Cifuentes, bringing the heat on the edge. On the blind side of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin rolled down and he was looking over. He had Irvin Torres and had to get rid of it fast. Makes it third down and 12 for the Muleshoe Mules, still in their own territory at their own 47. Ramsey Martinez looking, and that was almost picked off. Pass intent for Ramsey Martinez. Here comes the punt crew. Really calm night. If you look over to the American flag, it is flat and not waving in any direction. It is definitely a more humid September night due to all the rain from the past week that the whole really panhandle of Texas into West Texas that they've had. Low snap, and that punt is actually going to get off really well, and that's going to go right into the hands of number 7. He's going to take and make one mule miss. Go on the outside edge. Tate Shipman looks like he's going to get to him. That's Pedro Barrios on the reception on the punt, taking it a few couple yards, about 10, 15 yards. Brings up first and 10 for the Golden Tour offense at their own 31. 4:08 left in the first quarter. Lamesa leads 8-0 in this one. First and 10 for Lamesa. Hector Zamora at the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff, and up the middle, Keaton Bolton goes. Gain of 6 on the play will make it second down and 4 for the Golden Tours. Second down for the Golden Tours. Really kind of tight line of Keaton Bolton again on the carry. First down and a little bit more. Clock will continue to run. 3:30 and counting in the first quarter. 8-0 is your score in favor of Lamesa. And if you remember last year's game, Keaton Bolton just, man, that's what they did was they handed him the ball and he ran on the inside, kind of a couple jet sweeps a couple times last year, and that's what kept Muleshoe on their toes, and they would occasionally get the really good pass. Keaton Bolton on the carry makes one man miss, and that's a gain of 11.
Line number 24, Keaton Bolton to the 44-yard line, brings up a golden tornado. First down.
First and 10 for the Golden Tours into Muleshoe territory at the Muleshoe 44-yard line now. 2:40 and counting in the first quarter. And honestly, I expect a play-action pass. Here comes the Muleshoe offense. They're not even going to do that. It's going to be another handoff to Keaton Bolton. That's going to be 6 yards on the play. Make it 2nd down and 4 for the Lamesa Golden Tours. Sorry. And if you're Muleshoe, you got to really be careful pressing the box like that. You're bringing up your safeties in the press, and they're within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Leaves that middle wide open. The natural tendency after running play, and you'll see this a lot in high school, is that the kids will step up, step in, and then next thing you know, there's a wide receiver right behind them. So linebacker, you really want to keep your eyes up, and there we go. Had to get that away quick, and that ball's in and out of the hands. That was a really, really close one. Hector Zamora had to get it away because number 2, Noah Cantu, was breathing down his neck right before he was able to get rid of it. And boy, at that point, you really just kind of want to throw it out of bounds in the area of a receiver because that ball was very dangerously close. If you had a couple mules looking up just a second earlier, that may have been picked off. 3rd down and 5. And here comes the Muleshoe defense as 78 Nick Reyes in the backfield. And this going to be a loss of yardage. Number 44, Jackson Lopez, was also back there. Boy, the wrecking crew on that defensive line, and they can wear out an offensive line really fast. Great job by the defensive line recognizing which gaps to run and which way to go and get business taken care of. Ball will be spotted at the 47, 4th and very long for the Golden Tours. They're going to kick it away. Looks like Irvin Torres back to receive for Muleshoe. Snap a little high, and that is almost blocked. And that's going to be caught. Make one man miss, make another man miss. That's 3 Bone Cincinnati. And he's going to be finally brought down. Took it from about the 10, got up to about the 28-yard line. I would call that a successful punt return for Bone Cincinnati. 1st and 10 for Muleshoe. And, man, if you're Muleshoe, 42 seconds left in the first quarter, 8-0. The game is still manageable at this point. And honestly, you want to methodically make your way downfield, burn off a lot of time, kind of get this Lamesa defense tired, get your defense recovered on the sideline, give them some time to breathe. They've been out on the field for a very long time. Kervin sends his wing in motion. Handoff to Daniel Sines. Daniel Sines getting out to the edge. Daniel Sines with the speed. Look at him go, stepping out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. We'll mark him out at the 48. Oh, boy, Daniel Sines was threading the needle on the edge there. The Lamesa linebacker was able to get to him at the last second. 1st and 10 for the Muleshoe Mules. Sebastian Kervin keeping this one, is going to get up about 5-6 yards. Little option run. Like to see it here and there all the time. It kind of keeps the defense on their toes. Don't know if you're going to toss it off to your running back, who is also very dangerous and fast. 2nd and 5 for Muleshoe. Gain of 5 on that Sebastian Kervin run. Looking off to the sideline for direction from coaches. The team sends Daniel Sines to the right of Sebastian Kervin now. And that's going to be a quick pass. Irvin Torres, and he's dangerous out in space. And 1st down, gain of 10. Into Lamesa territory. The Muleshoe Mules go 1st and 10 at the Lamesa 39. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Daniel Sines going on the outside edge. Gain of 9. This will be the end of the first quarter. We're going to flip sides. 8-0 is your score. We'll gear up for the second quarter. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back to the start of the second quarter of your game of the Muleshoe Mules versus the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes. 8-0 is our score. Second down and 1. It's going to be a toss out to number 3, Bone Cincinnati, and he's going to make one man miss, make another man miss, and he's going to have to find a way to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. We'll make it third down and 4. Sebastian Curvin and company looking off to the sideline at coach. Lamesa stacking the box. Now they're kind of pressing. Irvin Torres in motion. Sebastian Curvin keeping it himself, and they're going to say that he's down. And I thought Sebastian put his hand on the ground and was able to keep balance. So make it 4th down and about 5 for Muleshoe now. So 2nd down and 2 turns to 4th down and 5. And if you're Muleshoe, you're really looking to kind of capitalize here. Keep this Lamesa defense out on the field. Keep your defense resting on the sidelines. Sebastian looking to his left. That's going to be a pass. And as batted at the line of scrimmage will be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 for the Golden Tours. Lamesa will take over at their own 34-yard line.
If you are able, please consider donating to this family at their time of need. Thank you.
And here comes the Golden Tours offense. Handoff, Keaton Bolton. He's going to go up the left side. It's probably going to be tackled not before he has a gain of about, say about 8 yards on the play. Second down and short for the Golden Tours. Have a mass sub out. Look like a couple wide receivers switching in and out. Handoff, Bolton. Bolton looking where to go, and he's going to be met in the secondary. Finally brought down, but forward progress will give him about 6 yards. 1st and 10 fresh set downs for the Golden Tours.
Carry by number 24, Keith Bolton. Forward progress stopped at the 49-yard line. The Golden Tornadoes. Touchdown.
First and 10 for Lamesa, and it's honestly been all runs from here. They have one pass play on the last series, and that one was almost intercepted. And, oh, that ball is free. 22, Noah Cantu getting in the backfield fast. Just got in between the gaps, and the offensive line of Lamesa must have had their head down. No communication on picking up the linebacker coming up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tours now. And I figure out now that the Lamesa line of scrimmage would be ready for this one. And here comes a little bit switch up, and that's a really good job. Ball's out again. Wow, great job by 24 Uriel Vasquez. And I tell you what, he stepped up in there, read it perfectly. The quarterback came around. Barrios was looking at Keaton Bolton. Really thought about tossing it. Ended up tossing it. Really good dedication by number 44. That's Jaxter Lopez getting on the edge and making sure that his keys were taken care of on this objective on that play. Really good job, really great discipline by the left side of the Muleshoe defense there. Barrios. Now it's going to be a pass play. He's looking. He's going to need to get rid of it real fast. That's going to be intercepted. That's number 0, Davian McMullen. And he has some blockers out in front of him. Big boy's going to have to go, and he makes it back to about the 50. I think that was number 22. Noah Cantu once again getting on the edge rush. I think that's who it was. That was a number that I was reading. Boy, Noah Cantu tonight causing all sorts of havoc on Pedro Barrios. Pedro Barrios had to get rid of it, and he made the smart decision of doing so. But once again, like I said before, when that happened, he should have thrown it out of bounds. Turnover gives Muleshoe the chance now to go down and answer. 8-0 is your score. Sebastian Curvin's going to keep it here. Gets the outside edge. Flag in the holding area, though. This one's going to be coming back for Muleshoe. Clock stopped at 8:21 in the second quarter. 8-0 is your score here in Golden Tour Stadium. Holding will take Muleshoe back, 1st and 20. And it's little key mistakes like that that kind of get you on the edge with the offense. You get the interception on defense, get to about midfield, and you turn around and are able to execute on the line of scrimmage. And you really hope this isn't a costly mistake that's going to come back and haunt you in this series. First and 20 for the Mules. Handoff. That's going to be Daniel Sines, who's going to go up the middle. Gain of about 4 or 5. Let's see where they place it. Should be 2nd down and 15 now for Muleshoe.
Brought down at the 43-yard line. This is 2nd down for the Mules.
Second and 15 for Muleshoe. Sebastian at quarterback looking pass. He's going to have to get rid of it fast. That's going to be behind his intended receiver, Bone Cincineros. Brings up 3rd and 15 for Muleshoe. Clock stopped at 7:43 in the second quarter. 8-0 is our score in favor of the Golden Tornadoes. Third and 15. You got to get the first down right here. Sebastian looking. It's going to be a pass play. Sebastian going out, and that's going to be pass interference. Bone Cincineros ends up catching it anyways. That's going to be automatic first down, and there's a costly mistake for the Golden Tours. And as on the Golden Tour side, you have Muleshoe locked up 3rd and 15, and you don't want to make the mistake of anything pass interference-wise. And that's exactly what happens. That's going to move Muleshoe with a fresh set of downs. It should be 1st and 10 for Muleshoe. That's going to be a spot of the foul penalty. Fresh set of downs for Muleshoe, and you are now into Lamesa territory at the Lamesa 43-yard line. And Lamesa's coach not happy with what he's seeing from his defense. Lamesa will take a timeout. And so will we. 8-0 is our score. 7:39 in the second quarter. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back from our timeout break. 7:39 in the second quarter. 8-0 is your score in favor of the Golden Tours. Handoff to Daniel Sines. Daniel Sines is going to get upfield. Gain of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 for Muleshoe. Jonathan Salinas' helmet came off, so subbed in is 67, Aaron Morales. Muleshoe looking off. Now they're going to switch sides. Daniel Signs now to the right of Sebastian Curvin. And Sebastian Curvin's going to keep it himself. He's going to stay on his feet. Sebastian Curvin has one man to miss, and ball is out. Oh, recovered by the Muleshoe Mules. That was 66. Eric Vasquez on the recovery. Sebastian Curvin had a really good carry, and then just the ball was stripped out last second, but number 66, Eric Vasquez, was there. 1st and 10 for the Muleshoe Mules at the Lamesa 28-yard line. 6:30 left in this first half of play. 8-0 is our score. Sebastian looking. Let's go get a pass out to Ramsey Martinez, who is tackled before he went out of bounds. They're going to keep the clock running. 6:20 and counting. 2nd down and about 4. Second down and 4. Daniel Signs to the left of Sebastian Curvin. Watch Ramsey Martinez at the top of your screen. Also watch number 1, Irvin Torres, in the slot. That's going to be a quick pass out to Ramsey Martinez, going up and almost intercepted. Had to put just a little bit more gas on the ball, and that would have been just perfect for Ramsey Martinez. He got ahead out of the Lamesa linebacker. That looks like number 2, Robert Dimas. Stops the clock at 5:51 in the second quarter. 3rd down and 4 for the Muleshoe Mules. Ball at the 21-yard line of Lamesa. Sebastian Curvin passes. Irvin Torres, 1st down, gets a little bit more. And the clock will continue to run, and here comes the 2-minute drill offense. Coach yelling on the sideline, let's go, let's go. Sebastian, quarterback, Daniel Signs to his right. Sebastian's going to roll out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Sebastian up the middle. 2nd down and 4 at the 6-yard line. The 2-yard line is what you're looking for a 1st down. Approaching the 5-minute mark, Sebastian Curvin's going to keep himself head down, and he's going to lean forward, and they're going to mark him maybe right at the sticks. Ooh, 3rd and inches. Oh, they're going to give him the 1st down now. So 1st and goal for the Muleshoe Mules at the 2-yard line. Fresh set of downs. And here comes Sebastian Curvin putting his head down. And they're going to say touchdown Muleshoe. 4:31 left in the second quarter. 8-6 is now your score, and I see the offense is staying out. They're going to try to answer the Lamesa 2-point conversion. And boy, the Lamesa defense has their hands on their hips, and this is what you want to do. You want to keep your defense on off the field, keep their defense on the field. Irvin Torres in motion, and Sebastian Curvin's going to roll to his right. And that ball is going to be in and out of the hands of the Lamesa linebacker, into the hands of 81 Ramsey Martinez for the 2-point conversion. 8-8 all tied up. 4:31 left in the second quarter. We're going to get ready for your kickoff. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back. Sebastian Curvin runs it in for the touchdown. Ramsey Martinez gets away with the 2-point conversion, brings the score tied up 8-8. Kickoff is going to be Irvin Torres, and that's going to be into the hands of Lamesa. That's going to be number 7, Barrios, who's going to take it himself, and he's going to catch it about the 25, go backwards, and then make it up to about the 28. 4:23 left in the second quarter. Really, really quick game right now. 8-8. Both teams kind of using the ground to their advantage. Keeps the clock running.
Kickoff field is under 7, Pedro Barrett. Brought down to the 28-yard line.
There's going to be a penalty on Muleshoe, which will bring the ball up to the 38-yard line. I'm sorry, the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Golden Tours. Barrios sack, quarterback. And handoff, and that's going to be Keaton Bolton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Nick Ray is there on the tackle. Nick Ray is doing a great job shutting the block, staying put, forcing Keaton Bolton to either go to the outside, which you had number 44, Jaxer Lopez, out there waiting for him too, and all he could do is just stick his helmet down, but he's not going to get by Nick Reyes. Brings up 2nd down, and it looks like 9 on the play. And it's going to be a pass. Barrios is looking over, and that was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was number 10, Adam Garcia. I'm sorry, that was 11. Luke Martinez, the intended receiver. Stops the clock at 3:27. We'll make it 3rd down and 9. And Barrios going to have to get rid of it. Have your eyes up. Irvin Torres. If Irvin Torres would have had his eyes up, that would have been intercepted. Number 12, Richard Dimas, the intended receiver. 4th down, and Lamesa is going to punt it away. Boy, the Muleshoe middle linebackers are mixing it up and making it very difficult for the offensive line of Lamesa to decipher which way the blitz is going to come from. And there you sent both middle linebackers, and it's going to be a punt. Punt is going to go. At this point, you let it roll, let it do its thing. Inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line is where the punt will end up. And that's where Muleshoe will set up shop. A long drive, not too bad. You're looking to go pretty far and should give you enough time to burn out the clock and hopefully score. Muleshoe did elect to receive to start the game, so they will have to kick it away. Look to get some insurance before you do that, though. All tied up 8-8, and the Muleshoe offense coming onto the field hopefully soon. Here they come. And in all reality, you would really like to keep your defense off the field completely for the rest of this first half. Hand off to Daniel Saenz. Daniel Saenz is going to tread his feet. Please protect the ball, and he does. Down, gain of 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1 for the Mules. 2:57 and counting in the second quarter. Sebastian, handoff, Saenz again. Saenz going up the right side. Saenz needs to stay inbound. Saenz breaks a tackle, makes another man miss, and is finally brought down at about the 50. Really good blocks on the outside edge for the Muleshoe Mules. Really sealing the deal for Daniel Saenz. Daniel Saenz goes up the edge and is able to make a couple men miss, and when he does, he had a lot of real estate in front of him. Good job by the Lamesa secondary from the whole other side of the field, pursuing and making a tackle. Really good read by the defense there. Got to give credit where it's due on the pursuit. Sebastian Curvin's going to keep it himself, and he's going to go up the middle on the option. Brings up 2nd down and 8 for Muleshoe into Lamesa territory at the Lamesa 48-yard line. Clock now at 1:50 and counting. Wind starting to kind of pick up, blowing from right to left on your screen. In from the south. Storm off in the distance. Makes it for really nice scenery. Irvin Torres caught it over the middle. He's going to make a man miss, and he is going to trot into the touchdown. Flag on the play, but that's going to be a face mask on Lamesa. Should be declined. Touchdown Muleshoe, 1:26 left in the second quarter. And that's what coach is saying on the sideline. He is saying decline, decline. Boys, Sebastian Curvin stayed patient, stayed in the pocket, and that's exactly what happens whenever you do stay patient. Irvin Torres on the slant route. Kid is fast. He's really good. Now he's going to attempt the extra point. Kid is really fast and has great route running ability. Really knows how to hit the seam and knows when to cut. Does a really good job of getting open. And the kick is going to be good. 14-8 is now your score. 15-8 is now your score. Sorry, 1:26 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back for your kickoff. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back. 8-15 in Lamesa, Texas. The Muleshoe Mules lead the Golden Tours. 1:26 left in the second quarter. 48-yard pass from Sebastian Curvin over the middle to Irvin Torres. Irvin Torres taking it to the house. Could just walk it to the end zone. So the penalty, Muleshoe did take it. So the Muleshoe Mules will be kicking it off from the Lamesa 45. And that's going to be an onside kick over the head. And, that is into the hands and open field. And Irvin Torres makes the touchdown saving tackle, Diego Videre.
Onside kick fielded by number 3, Diego Bernard. Run out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
My, oh my. Lamesa will now start at the Muleshoe 28-yard line, and that's not what you wanted to happen. And everyone saw the ball kind of skip over the first line of defense, and then next thing you know, Diego caught it, and he was down the sideline very fast, and everyone was overstepped in the area. You look to hope that the Lamesa defense can make a stop here. Keaton on the carry, and he's going to be stacked at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, nobody's going to get by this Muleshoe line of scrimmage. Davey McMullen, number 78, Nick Reyes, both of them on the tackle. 50 seconds and counting left in the second quarter. 2 timeouts for Lamesa, 3 timeouts for Muleshoe. Second down and 10. And Muleshoe, I don't know, Lamesa's going to call a timeout. Coach throwing his headset on the ground, very upset with the Lamesa offense. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. 8-15 your score. As Lamesa takes a timeout, so will we. We'll be right back. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Second down and 10 for the Golden Tours. That's going to be number 15 looking to get a pass away, and that's going to be almost intercepted by 81 Ramsey Martinez. Hector Zamora was in trouble. That was Davian Ragsdale in the backfield in his face. Like I said, this Muleshoe defense is doing a great job of shedding blocks, switching it up, moving around, making it really confusing for the Lamesa Golden Tornado offensive line to make a decision on who to block and where to block, and you got to do it fast. If you're in the trenches, the decisions that you have to make are within seconds of each other. Third down and 10, clock stopped at 36 seconds. Handoff. Keaton Bolton, and he's going to be tackled. That's 74, Lee Tosh on the tackle. That's going to run the clock down to 20 seconds and counting in the second quarter, and I think Lamesa. Oh, and there's a clock will stop at 19 seconds. Kicking T left on the field. Now the clock will run. So 10 seconds. I think coach is going to call a timeout with a few seconds left. Might try to do something. And that's exactly what coach is going to do. Lamesa's coach going to call timeout with 0.9 seconds left in this first half of play. 8-15 is our score. As Lamesa takes a timeout, so will we. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back from our timeout break. One play left here in the first half of play. 8-15 is your score in favor of the Muleshoe Mules. Fourth down, and honestly, this will be one play left. Muleshoe stacking the box, and that's going to be some more looking out, and he's going to have to get rid of it. He's in trouble. That's number 44, Jackson Lopez, coming from the trenches. The big boy gets the sack. End of the half. 8-15 is your score. Lamesa will receive the ball to start the second half, and Muleshoe will head to the locker room with all the confidence in the world. We'll be right back for your second half of Muleshoe Mule football. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe Gillam Advertising. Welcome back to your second half of Muleshoe versus Lamesa. 8-15 is our score to start. Muleshoe to kick it away, and Muleshoe holds the lead right now, and that ball is going to be kicked off by Irvin Torres into the hands of number 2. Ball is out. And back into the hands of Robert Dimas.
Kickoff over number 2 for Dement.
So Lamesa looking to start in pretty good territory right now. They're at their own 40. They're marking at the 39. So 1st and 10 for Lamesa at the 39. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on the Muleshoe special teams. And I wonder if they're going to choose to re-kick or if they're going to take the yardage. It looks like they're going to take the yardage, so 1st and 10 at the Lamesa 44. Looks like Barrios out there. Keaton Bolton met immediately. Wow, 44. Jaxer Lopez lit up Keaton Bolton. Lamesa going with the silent count, and Keaton Bolton had nowhere to go. Loss of 3. I'm going to say loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 for the Golden Tours. Wow, Jaxer Lopez timed that perfectly. Shed his block. It was right there waiting for the handoff to Keaton Bolton. Muleshoe's defense pressed forward. They're going to put a man in motion. That's going to be out, and that's going to be holding on Lamesa. Wow, really good read by the linebackers. They got in there. Jaxer Lopez on the outside edge was being held, and that's going to be a costly penalty for the Lamesa Golden Tours. It'll be a repeat 2nd down. Make it 2nd and 22 for the Golden Tornadoes. Coach is going to decline it, take the loss of yards, so penalty decline makes it 3rd and 14. Keeps the clock running, 11 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. And Barrios looking in the backfield, and he's going to be in trouble. And he may get a 1st down, and he's going to be forced out of bounds into Muleshoe territory. 1st down. Pedro Barrios on the keeper. 1st and 10 for Lamesa at the Muleshoe 39-yard line. Now you have a 2-back set for Lamesa. Barrios at quarterback. It's going to be a handoff back to Keaton Bolton. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. That's 22, Noah Cantu. Number 54, Davian Ragsdale, also on the tackle. Keeps the clock running, 10:30 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 8-15 is your score in favor of the Mules. 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tours. Keeper, it's going to be an option and nowhere to go. Irvin Torres on the tackle now. Barrios decided to toss it out to Keaton Bolton, and in all honesty, Barrios could have kept it. Jaxer Lopez just a little too fast to the edge, and there was a big open hole. And I tell you what, all that Barrios had to do was just tuck it in and slide back on the inside of his offensive lineman, and he would have had a lot of space, maybe a 7-8 yard gain. Timeout Lamesa. First timeout, 9:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Lamesa trails 8-15. We'll be right back. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back after that timeout break. 9:35 left in the 3rd quarter. 8-15 is your score in favor of the Mules. Mules showing blitz. Here it comes. And Barrios needs to get it away, and that's just outside the reach of his intended receiver, number 22, Chris Vargas. I'm sorry, that's Richard Demas, number 12. Read the numbers backwards. 4th down and long for Lamesa, and here comes the punt team. 11, Luke Martinez to punt it away. Boy, oh boy, this Muleshoe defense, the linebackers are doing a great job of finding the open spaces in the offensive line. And the defensive line is doing a good job of just staying home and wreaking havoc in the trenches. Got 5 seconds left on the play clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, just barely got it off. And that punt's going to be high in the air. Bone Cincinnati's is going to take it himself, make 2 men miss, makes another man miss, gets blocks out in front of him, needs to get to the outside edge, and does so. Big open space. There's a flag on the play. And that's back right at the line of scrimmage, so that could be offsides, that could be holding, it could be a number of things. And I couldn't tell you who that's on. It's going to be holding on Muleshoe. So it'll be first down. It should be first down for the Mules. The ball will be placed. So first and 10 for the Muleshoe Mules. Here comes Sebastian Curvin and company. Isaiah Espinoza in at running back now. Muleshoe looking pass out to Irvin Torres. Irvin Torres with open real estate. Irvin Torres will turn on the Jets and go. Forced out of bounds. Not before he gets a first down. Gain of 12 on that play. First and 10 Muleshoe. Moving up the field. Now located at their own 35-yard line. First and 10. Stops the clock at 9:10 in the third quarter. 8-15 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. Boy, Sebastian Curvin was patient. Let the edge rusher kind of get right outside. Had that little open window. Irvin Torres, good bubble route. Good recognition. Handoff here. That goes to Isaiah. Isaiah going up the middle. Isaiah Espinoza with a 5-yard carry. Makes it second down and 5 for Muleshoe.
Run number 30, Isaiah Espinoza. Brought down to 40-yard line.
Second down and 5. Clock running. 8:40 and counting. Sebastian Curvin. Handoff. Isaiah. Isaiah up the middle. Gain of 3. Third down and 2 for Muleshoe. This is what you do. You keep your defense off the field. You run the clock. You kind of create some play opportunities for your playmakers on the outside. You got 81 Ramsey Martinez, 1 Irvin Torres, and then 33, that's Tate Shipman out there. At the bottom of your screen is Bone Cincinnati's. And Tate Shipman in motion, and we've seen this before. Here it comes. It's going to be Sebastian Curvin. It's going to keep it himself. Get to the outside edge. Wow, what good blocks. And, oh, man, the flags are rushing in. That's in the area of holding, and I didn't see any holding. I wonder what the flag is for. It's going to be on Muleshoe. It is holding. It's going to be holding on Muleshoe and make it.
Holding against the Mules.
As a spot, the foul penalty down the field, so it was on the wide receivers. So that makes it third down and still manageable. Third down and 3 for Muleshoe. 7:50 and running in the third quarter. And that's going to be a free play. You just go out for it. Oh, what a catch by Ramsey Martinez. Oh, my goodness. Out of bounds is where he was, but good effort by the junior. Offsides penalty will make it first down for Muleshoe. Stops the clock at 7:46. 8-15 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. Muleshoe still in their own territory at their own 47-yard line. Knocking on the door in Golden Tour territory. Looks to hopefully get deep into Golden Tour territory here pretty quick. That's going to be a pass. That's going to be over the head of number 3, Bon Cisneros. And you got to be careful with those passes. That was just barely far enough ahead to be considered incomplete. Another yard to the back, and that would have been a backwards pass. And you got to be very careful with those. 2nd down and 10. Sebastian Curvin sends a man in motion, and that's going to be a keeper by Curvin. Sends his blockers down in front of him. It's going to be met in the secondary, not before he gets about 5 yards on the play. 3rd down. 3rd down and about 6 for Muleshoe. Third down, Sebastian Curvin and Muleshoe in Golden Tour territory. Looking off, 15 seconds left on the play clock. To the right of him is Espinoza. Oh, just over the head of Irvin Torres, brings up 4th down. And coach will elect to punt it away. 4th and 6. Muleshoe will punt it away. And Irvin Torres playing it away. Number 7, that's going to be Pedro Barrios. Will be receiving the punt for the Golden Tours. Wind is calm. When you kind of get up a little bit high, it's blowing right to left. And that punt is going to be out. And hits at about the 25. Will roll past the 25. And that's where Lamesa will set up shop. 6:53 left. Change of possession in the 3rd quarter. 8-15 is your score. Muleshoe's offense was going, and then couldn't get it done after making it to about the 50. The punt by Irvin Torres gained down to about the 24-yard line of Lamesa, and Muleshoe's defense looking to make it business as usual as they have this game. They have controlled in the trenches, which has controlled the biggest part of Lamesa's offense is Keaton Bolton's number 7, Barrios at quarterback. Keaton Bolton to his right. No 2-back set anymore for the Golden Tours. They send number 11 in motion. And that's going to be a keeper by Barrios. Barrios is going to be met immediately. That looks like number 0. That's Davian McMullen. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Lamesa. 6:30 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Keaton Bolton to the left of Barrios. Barrios hands it off, and that's going to be a false start penalty. False start on Lamesa will make it 2nd down and 15 for the Golden Tours. And at this point, you got to look to kind of go to the air, but the last few times you've gone to the air, and one of them was almost, well, actually all 3 passes were almost intercepted because you either had a mixture of Jackson Lopez or you had what's his name? Noah Cantu back there too, number 22. And here comes the pass. And this is where you guys stay. There's going to be a flag on the play. And Barrios visibly angry with his offensive line, telling him to get ahead of the blocks. And the Muleshoe linebackers doing a really good job of just kind of staying where they are, reading the wide receivers, but also at the same time keeping their eyes up, seeing where Barrios is going to run to. They learned their lesson on the big run he had last time. And Muleshoe's going to be holding on Lamesa. Muleshoe will decline. Will make it 3rd and very long for the Lamesa Golden Tours. 6:01 left in the 3rd quarter. And Lamesa widens their stance, and they're in trouble. That's going to be a fumble. They're going to say that they're going to call it a dead ball. Oh my goodness. Nick Ray is in the backfield getting his hands on Barrios, and then you also had Jackson Lopez back there too. You had almost the whole entire defensive line of Muleshoe in the face of Barrios. And Lamesa's going to have to punt it away. 4th down and very long, and they're almost punting out of their end zone. Bone Censoneros to receive the kick. Wind blowing left on your screen. Ooh, really high, and that kick was touched. It had to have been. Land about the 50, will roll into Muleshoe territory right at the 40. 5:44 left in the third quarter. 8-15 is your score. 1st and 10 for the Muleshoe offense. And Muleshoe's offense done pretty well tonight. The first 2 drives, you really kind of questioned if last week kind of dipped into this week, and then next thing you knew, Muleshoe really took care of the ball, took care of business, methodically got downfield, read their blocks right, was able to find really the open wide receivers when needed to. Sebastian Curvin doing a really good job on his run-pass options, and especially on just the option plays, keeping it himself, getting it out to Daniel Saenz. He also had number 30, Isaiah Espinoza, out there too. Here's a pass. That's going to be Irvin Torres on the catch, and he's going to get a lot of forward progress on that. Brought down, 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 for the Mules. And talking again, a name that we haven't really said a whole lot this year, that we said a lot last year, was Irvin Torres. Sebastian Curvin, tied in last year, was in and out of the quarterback position, also tied in. He was a huge target downfield too. He's a really big athletic kid, really good on the catch and run. Tate Shipman in motion, handoff. Isaiah takes it, 1st down and more. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Muleshoe. Takes the ball into Lamesa territory at the Lamesa 47, 4:45 and counting in the third quarter. Muleshoe looking out to the sideline. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to do something. No, they reset it. Handoff. That's going to be Isaiah. Gets out to the edge and puts his shoulder down, not before he's tackled, forced out of bounds at about the 36-35 yard line. 1st down. Isaiah Espinoza with the big carry. 1st and 10 at the 35. Handoff, Espinoza again. Espinoza in the open field, going inside the 25, down to about the 22-yard line. They want to mark him at the 24 instead. 1st and 10, Mules. Big run by Espinoza. And here comes the sub out, number 24, Uriel Vasquez in for Espinoza. To the right of Curvin is where you're going to find him. Trips at the top of your screen. Tate Shipman in motion now at the wing. Handoff, Uriel Vasquez. Good blocks up front. Great run by Uriel Vasquez. Gain of 10 on the play will make it 1st and 10 for Muleshoe inside the 15-yard line. 3:20 and counting in the third quarter. 8-15 is your score in favor of the Mules. Sebastian Curvin keeping it himself. Flag on the play. And I think this might be offsides on Lamesa. Clock stopped at 3:09. I think they're looking off to the side of coach to see what he wants to do. I think you take it anyways. Offsides take you up 5 yards. It'll be a repeat first down, make it 1st and 5 for Muleshoe. And now put you inside the 10-yard line. It wasn't offsides. And now the refs are blowing the whistle. As the officiating crew gets this sorted out, kind of a recap on tonight. 8-15 is your score. 1 touchdowns from Irvin Torres. That was a 48-yard pass back in the second quarter. Late in the first quarter, you had Sebastian Curvin with a big run. It was a little 5-yard run. He put his head down and, oh my goodness, blew through about 4 Lamesa players. And I remember that play. I thought he got hit really hard, got up, was just excited for the touchdown. 8-15 is now your score. 2-point conversion was by Ramsey Martinez. Handoff. That's going to be Isaiah Espinoza on the carry, and he's going to keep on going, and there's a flag. They're going to say he's down right before the goal line, that there's a flag right in the area of holding, and I don't know if you could tell if there was holding or not in there. The Muleshoe line of scrimmage just literally just blew through the defensive line of Lamesa. It's a personal foul on Muleshoe. So no holding will make a repeat 1st and goal, but that's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 20 now for Muleshoe. Be 1st and goal at the 20. I'm sorry, excuse me on that one. 2:55 and counting in the third quarter. 8-15 is your score. Sebastian Curvin is your quarterback. To the right of him is Isaiah Espinoza. Man in motion. Sebastian Curvin's going to keep it himself and get a big chunky yardage. And he's going to get right inside the 15, make it 2nd and goal at the 14. We'll mark him at the, looks like the 13. So 2nd and goal at the 13. 2:20 and counting in the third quarter. Tate Shipman in. Barrios, I'm sorry, not Barrios. It's Ramsey Martinez moving to the top of your screen. Bone Centeneros, the lone receiver down at the bottom. Snap is low, and that's going to be a flag. Lamesa got there a little early on the play. Pass interference, which will be a fresh set of downs, and we'll move the ball inside the 10. I think it's really inside the 5. It should be a spot of the foul penalty. So 1st and goal at the, looks about the 9-yard line. Yep, pushes the ball right inside the 10. That's where Muleshoe will set up shop. And it's going to be Sebastian Curvin. Oh, with the fake, keeps it himself. Drives forward inside the 5, down at the 2. Boy, oh boy, he had everyone on ice skates there. Even me, I thought he was about to pass it out to Uriel Vasquez on the option, and he kept it himself. Pushed up, kept his shoulder down, and here he goes again. And that's a touchdown. Sebastian Curvin, 2nd on the night. Kind of in the same thing. 1:33 left in the third quarter. Touchdown Muleshoe, 8-21 is now your score. Methodical football. You move the ball downfield, take your time, nice and easy. You burn a lot of clock. You keep your defense nice and fresh. Kick is up and good by Irvin Torres. Makes the score 22-8 in favor of your Mules. We'll be right back with your kickoff. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back. 1:33, 8-22 is our score. Extra point good by Irvin Torres, and the touchdown brought to you by Sebastian Curvin on the big run. Kind of similar to his first touchdown he had earlier in this game. Just a nice little run, put his shoulder down, and was able to take care of business. Wind blowing right to left, and that kick is going to be a little pooch kick right up in the air. And I tell you what, you got to break down and tackle because this kid is fast for Lamesa. He's going to get on the outside edge and finally be forced out of bounds. That was number 12, Richard Dimas, going from one side of the field to the other.
45-yard line. Versus Golden Tornado.
First and 10 for Lamesa at the Lamesa 45-yard line. So Lamesa starting out in really good field position again. Let's see if Lamesa does something. Muleshoe's defense stout. They're really not bending at all. They are definitely taking care of business. And here comes Noah Cantu. Watch Noah Cantu. No blitz this time. Just Jaxer Lopez taking care of business. Keaton Bolton on the carry, and he had nowhere to go. Nick Ray has stuck his hand out, and Keaton Bolton tried cutting it back to the outside, and boom, as soon as he turned, Jaxer Lopez was right there waiting for him. Clock running, 1 minute left in the third quarter. 2 timeouts left for the Golden Tours, 3 for your Muleshoe Mules. 8-22 is your score in Lamesa, Texas. Zamora in at quarterback. Handoff. That's going to go right to Keaton Bolton, and Keaton Bolton's going to get a gain of about 2 on the play. 3rd down and 8 for the Golden Tours. Clock will run. And it's kind of matching the game clock. This might be the last play of this quarter. Third down, Zamora at quarterback, and he's going to be in trouble. He's going to have to get rid of it fast. Oh my goodness, Jaxer Lopez had bullhorns on his head, and it looked like he saw red, and he almost lit up the world of the Lamesa quarterback, just barely missing him. And then on the backside, you had another edge rusher of Muleshoe, another defensive lineman in his face, and he had to get rid of it. 4th down and 8 for Lamesa. 2 seconds left in the third quarter, and this will be the final play of the third quarter. And it's going to be a keeper. They're going to have to stop him, and he's going to go. That's number 11, and he's going to go to the house. Luke Martinez with the Golden Tornado touchdown. That's going to be a 53-yard touchdown for Lamesa to end the quarter. 14-22 is your score. They will attempt the extra point now, and it looks like they're just going to go for 2. Here he goes. It's going to be the pitch out to Luke Martinez. Luke Martinez is going to make some people miss, but he is lit up before he makes it back to anywhere near the line of scrimmage. 14-22 is your score after the 53-yard Lamesa Golden Tornado touchdown by Luke Martinez. We're going to take a break for this quarter. We'll be right back with your fourth quarter of Muleshoe football. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe, Gillam Advertising. Welcome back to the start of your fourth quarter. Muleshoe versus Lamesa. 14-22 is your score. 53-yard fake punt. Luke Martinez just had blocks down in front of him. Really good open real estate. It's going to be Sean Zapata kicking it away. And Muleshoe will take it up to about the 40, just past the 40. That was number 30, Isaiah Espinoza on the reception. And really good job by Isaiah Espinoza. It caught at about the 20, got up to about the 43-yard line. Really did a good job of recognizing kind of where the open seam is, and you get the yardage that you could take. And if you got some blockers, a little bit of real estate out in front of you, you make the best of it, and that's exactly what Isaiah Espinoza did right there. And here comes the Muleshoe offense. 4 wide receiver set. Well, 3 wide receiver set with the wing, and that's going to be Isaiah Espinoza on the carry. And he's going to get some big yardage. 9-yard gain on the play and make it 2nd down and 1 for the Mules. Keep the clock running. 11:35 and counting in the fourth quarter. 14-22 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. 2-point attempt, no good for Lamesa. Kept them at 14. It's going to be a keeper by Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian makes a man miss, as finally driven out of bounds in Golden Tord territory. And there's going to be a down Lamesa player. There's going to be an injury timeout as they take a timeout. So will we. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back from that injury timeout. The Lamesa player was able to get off the field on his own feet. Good for Lamesa player. 14-22 is your score. Handoff, Isaiah Espinoza. Going up the right side, make a man miss, and he's making another man miss. And they finally blow the whistle after forward progress. That's an 8-yard run. Let me just tell you these numbers. Isaiah Espinoza, 8-yard run, 9-yard run. Previous drive, he had a 10-yard run, 12-yard run, and I think it was a 4-yard run, and then before that was another 10-yard run. And that's how you wear out a defense, is you just sit there, you ground pound, big chunk yardage like that, 2nd down and short. Now Sebastian Curvin keeping it. Gets upfield, gets out of bounds, stops the clock at 10:30 in the fourth quarter. And that's same story with Sebastian Curvin. The past few runs he had, really good. That's a 5-yard run, 6-yard run. Big chunk yardage like that will definitely wear out a defense really, really, really fast. Fresh set downs, 1st and 10, inside the 20 at the Lamesa 19 for the Mules. Sebastian, handoff. Isaiah up the right side. Isaiah going. And there's going to be a penalty. It looks like a Lamesa player threw a Muleshoe's player helmet. Yeah, it looks like the Lamesa player got his hands on the face mask of the Muleshoe player. It looks like a Muleshoe player's helmet came off. Yeah, it's going to be a face mask on Lamesa, and that's a penalty that you don't want to have. That's going to move Muleshoe 1st and goal inside the 10. They're on the mark Muleshoe at the 6-yard line. And this is where Muleshoe will take all 4 downs right here and just methodically just ground pound and find a way in. Sebastian Curvin, handoff. That's going to be Isaiah Espinoza in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Mules. 6-yard run, Isaiah Espinoza. I'm sorry, that was number 24, Uriel Vasquez with the carry. I thought I saw a 3-0 on the jersey. It was a 2-4 on the jersey. And the kick is going to be blocked, but that's going to go into the hands of Muleshoe, and it's no good. 28-14 is your score in Lamesa, Texas, in favor of the Mules. Well, we will gear up for kickoff, and we will be right back. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Welcome back. That's Uriel Vasquez on the 6-yard touchdown run. The extra point was no good. Kick by Irvin Torres is going to go out, and it's going to be kept by number 11, Luke Martinez, on the keeper, and he's going to make a few Golden Torres miss, and he's going to need to get down, and touchdown saving tackle by number 1, Irvin Torres. I tell you what, that kid is very elusive with his running, very balanced, really good job by the Muleshoe Irvin Torres on the tackle, and that was a touchdown saving tackle. 10:04 left in the fourth quarter, 14-28, Lamesa trails. Hector Zamora at quarterback. Keaton Bolton at running back. And it's going to be a handback draw. That's going to go up the middle, and that will be the first play with the big chunk of yardage. Number 13, Kazak Herrera on the tackle. Keeps the clock running now under 10 minutes, 9:40 and counting in the fourth quarter. Lamesa looking to make some progress. 2nd down and 5 for the Golden Tours. Handoff, nowhere to go. Keaton Bolton will gain maybe a few yards on the play. And he had nowhere to go, hit a wall and got a gain of 2. Makes it 3rd down and 3. And Lamesa at this point will be 4th down territory. They will go for it on 4th down. Nine minutes left in the fourth quarter. 2 timeouts left for Lamesa, 3 for Muleshoe. Little update there. And here comes the Muleshoe defense. Nowhere to go. That's Jackson Lopez getting in the backfield. Nick Reyes to finish the job. Keaton Bolton had nowhere to go. 4th down and 3 for the Golden Tours. 8:30 and counting now. So each play for Lamesa taking about 30 seconds, and you got to have a sense of urgency. You are down by 2 possessions to a Muleshoe defense that isn't giving up much. And if you're Muleshoe, this is going to be 4 down territory, and you got to be careful and watch the. Definitely got to watch the pass, and it is. Here comes the pass, and in trouble. The ball is fumbled. Nope, they're going to call him down. That is number 44, Jackson Lopez. Number 13, Kazak Herrera. Wow, turnover on downs right at the 50-yard line. And now if you're Muleshoe, you come out. You got 8 minutes. Try to force Lamesa to use maybe a timeout at some point. You're up 28-14. Kind of keep it steady running. Just kind of run out the clock as much as possible. And I've seen Muleshoe take just about this much time to get down the field. Just nice, methodical running, 5-6 yard gains at a time. First and 10, Sebastian Curvin keeps it. Isaiah hands off to Isaiah. Like I said, methodical running, 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 for the Muleshoe Mules. Keeps the clock running, 7:50 and counting. And you got 30 seconds to kind of sit there at each play, and they're not. It's going to be a handoff to Isaiah again. Isaiah goes up. 1st down, Muleshoe. The offensive line of Muleshoe definitely taking care of business. They're getting their blocks. They're pushing forward. They're getting They're giving enough room to Isaiah Espinoza to allow him to move the ball. 22, Noah Cantu is in now. I wonder if you see an empty set this time. Nope, Noah Cantu's going to line up to the left of Sebastian Curvin. Tate Shipman at the wing. Now to the right of Sebastian Curvin is Noah Cantu. Handoff. Noah Cantu takes it himself. Being forced forward. That's a 8-yard gain. They might give him a 7-yard gain. It's going to be second down and short for Muleshoe. 6:45 and counting in the fourth quarter. Keeper, Sebastian Curvin, going outside, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. There's going to be a flag back at the 22. Sebastian Curvin doing a good job getting on the outside. It's going to be holding on Muleshoe. That's going to be a repeat second down, make it second down and 12 for the Muleshoe Mules. Stops the clock at 6:23 in the fourth quarter. 14-28 is our score. 2 timeouts left for the Golden Tours. 3 timeouts left for your Muleshoe Mules. Repeat a second down as a spot of the foul penalty because of a wide receiver. So that makes a second down and short. Nowhere to go for the running back. Noah Cantu met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be subbed out. That's going to be Isaiah Espinoza in at running back now. 3rd and 2. More of a 3rd and short 2 for the Muleshoe Mules. And here comes the blitz from Lamesa. Stacking the box, and they're starting to do a little bit of a press coverage, trying to anticipate the run. And I wonder if you see the pass from Muleshoe right here. Handoff. Nope, it's going to be Isaiah Espinoza on the outside edge to the 20, the 10. Makes a guy miss down inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Muleshoe Mules. 5:20 left in the fourth quarter and counting. 14-28 your score. Big run by Isaiah Espinoza. Now Isaiah Espinoza being subbed out. It's going to be 24 Uriel Vasquez. Last time we were here, Uriel Vasquez put his shoulder pads down and scored. Nice little 6-yard touchdown on that one. Here you're at the 2, and Uriel Vasquez will do it again. Touchdown, Mules! 4:54 left in the fourth quarter, and all that is insurance, and Uriel Vasquez is in the end zone celebrating with his fellow teammates. Attempting the extra point is going to be Irvin Torres. Irvin Torres' PAT, his last one was blocked. You hope that this one's on. It's going to be a bad snap outside the reach of Bone Cincineros. No good. 34-14 is your score. 4:54 left in the fourth quarter. We're going to gear up for kickoff, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. 4:54 left in the fourth quarter. Uriel Vasquez, 2-yard run gives you the current score, 34-14. The point after was no good, and you need to get this kid down fast. He is very dangerous. Now Lamesa now will start deep in their own territory, right at about the 24-yard line. Pedro Barrios had that ball, and he was just a little bit short. If he would have caught it, that is very dangerous. Lamesa with very big returns gets him into good yardage, but unfortunately, it's just been the Muleshoe defense. Well, fortunate for us, the Muleshoe defense has been doing great. Unfortunate for the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Golden Tours. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Down by 20 is where they're sitting right now. And here comes the Muleshoe defense. Oh, my goodness. That is Jaxer Lopez. And I'm sorry, that's 54. That's Davian Ragsdale. And then once again, Nick Ray is there to finish the play. Nick Ray is limping off the field, not a good sign. Coming in is 75. That's going to be Camilio Espinoza. I'm sorry, that's 76. Isaac Villa. Handoff. No, it's going to be a play-action pass. That's going to go out to number 11, Luke Martinez, and he's going to be finally tackled by Davian McMullen. That's going to be a first down for for the Golden Tours. Keeps the clock running, 3:50 and counting in the fourth quarter. 14-34 is your score. And that's honestly what you might have to do is Lamesa, a little bit of run-pass option, sit there, kind of look to the flat, get little yardage like that. But you got to get it off before the Muleshoe defense gets in there. And here they come again. That's Jaxer Lopez getting a hand on the quarterback. Oh, my goodness, the big boy's eating tonight. Jaxer Lopez. I've called his name numerous amounts of times, and I can't count how many sacks he's had on the night. Second down and long, ball placed at the 28. Lamesa needs to get to the 47 to get a first down. 3 minutes and counting left in the fourth quarter. And they're going to have to take a timeout. The lighting went out in the visitor side. And as they take a timeout, so will we. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. 3:01 left in the fourth quarter, and looks like the stadium light went out on the visitor side, on the north visitor side. All the other lights seem to be working, but looks like both coaches have agreed to keep playing. Second down and long for Lamesa. Second down and 19 to be exact. And I think Lamesa had momentum, and Jaxer Lopez on the last play definitely taking care of business. Clock will now run 3 minutes and counting. And here comes Jaxer Lopez. Oh, my goodness, in the face of number 15, Hector Zamora. Just nobody is picking up Jaxer Lopez tonight on the edge. The kid's just doing a really great job. He's shutting the blocks. When it's an option, he's staying put. He's letting his other teammates get involved. Talk about reading your keys and doing a great job on your assignment is what this Muleshoe defense is doing, especially the defensive line and the middle linebackers. Now it's showing blitz. Watch Noah Cantu. Oh, there he goes. Noah Cantu's going to... Jaxer Lopez with the interception. There he goes. Can he make it? He will. Touchdown, Muleshoe. Jaxer Lopez. Interference caused by Noah Cantu to the quarterback. He passes it away. Jaxer Lopez is there. How do you recap a defensive night if you're Muleshoe? You let Jaxer Lopez get an interception to take it to the house. 40-14 is now your score. 2:39 left in the fourth quarter. Jaxer Lopez is going to eat steak and potatoes tonight. Extra point attempt by Irvin Torres. Snap is good. Kick is going to be up, and that one is good. 41-14 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. Noah Cantu getting in the backfield, wreaking havoc. Jaxer Lopez on the interception, and the big man taking it to the house himself. 2:39 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back with your kickoff. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. Noah Cantu, Jaxer Lopez, the dynamic duo tonight. Kick is away. and Lamesa will go out of bounds. Let me talk about that for a second. Jaxter Lopez and Noah Cantu, the edge rusher and the middle linebacker, have been feeding on the Lamesa offense tonight. And that's just how you just recap it if you're just Jaxter Lopez and Noah Cantu. Noah Cantu, I said, watch out, here he comes. There he goes up the side of the defense, almost gets the sack. Lamesa's quarterback had to throw it away, throw it to the hands of Jaxter Lopez, and Jaxter Lopez said, fine, I'll take this to the house, and that's exactly what he did. 41-14 is your score with 2:36 left in the fourth quarter, and credit is due to really the whole defense of Muleshoe tonight. Great job by the secondary, great job by the middle linebackers, and especially great job by that defensive line. Oh, my goodness, plugging up holes, allowing the middle linebackers to do their job. Handoff, and that's going to go maybe 2 yards. Second down and 8 for the Golden Tours. 2:25 and counting in the fourth quarter.
Ball places the 30-yard line. It's second down for the Golden Tours.
Remember that next week's game is homecoming at home, and guess who we're hosting? We're hosting Friona. The Chieftains are coming to town. We would definitely love to see y'all there, and we would definitely love to see y'all out here in homecoming, the big mums and the big get-ups and dress-ups and everything, and we would like for y'all to come out and cheer your Muleshoe Mules on a home victory. It'll be the first home game of the season. What not better way to celebrate it than to have it homecoming. Lamesa will now take a timeout with 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. As they take a timeout, so will we. You are listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe. $1:52 left in the fourth quarter after that timeout break. Handoff Lamesa, and up the middle they go Davian McMullen, 76 Isaiah Villa. In on the tackle, another host of meals. This defense is just pursuing really well, and another key piece that's in there that's not playing right now is Nick Reyes. Nick Reyes kind of hopped off the field. Looked like he tweaked something. He was in the huddle during the timeout, though, so that's really, really good signs for the kid. Really hoping to see him next week, too. Nick Reyes is doing a really good job on that defensive front also. Lamesa coming out really fast, and here comes the Muleshoe defense, and you got to get rid of that. That's number 7 throwing it out there, and it's caught. That's going to be a first down and a huge chunk of yardage, and I think the Muleshoe secondary looked up, was trying to find out where the ball was going, and then it finally just appeared out of nowhere. 1st and 10, 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 14-41 is our score. And here comes the big pass. That's going to be number 2, and that's going to be almost intercepted. That was number 80, Herrera. Oh, man, he had his hands on it, and he was about to take that. Stops the clock at 30 seconds, 30.6 seconds to be exact in the fourth quarter. 14-41 is your score. Second down and 10 for the Lamesa Golden Tours. Barrios behind them is Sawyer Brown. Sawyer Brown on the carry, and he had nowhere to go. Oh, my goodness. Number 13, Kazak Herrera on the tackle. Called his name a lot tonight, too. Credit goes to everyone on that Muleshoe defense. I've called just about everyone's name tonight, more than once, definitely. And here they come pressing again, and almost in trouble. Got to get it away. That ball is, oh, what a catch. That's number 2, Robert Dement. But that's the end of the game. 14-41 is your score here in Lamesa, Texas. And Muleshoe takes the victory. 1-1 on the season. Lamesa goes 0-2. We would like to see y'all next week as we host the Friona Chieftains for homecoming in Muleshoe, Texas. I'm Elliott Davis, the voice of the Mills. See y'all next week. Everyone have safe travels.